And when I read about the National Council on Aging, you're based in Washington, D.C., and you roam the halls of Congress and lobby on behalf of that population that you identified, right?
We do advocate, but we found much more important than us roaming the halls and advocating is giving voice to older people themselves. So our strategies now are using video and others to have older people express in their own words what the issues are or the potential consequences of cutting government programs might be. So our insight is that we don't need to lobby, we just need to raise up the voices and make sure they're heard. And of course, all the new technologies of the internet make that much easier than it ever was before.
I've just turned 90, and I've lost so much. There's nobody left in the family, and I don't have anybody close by.
We're going to go see Josephine.
Oh, yeah.
Caregiver Canines is a program that provides really companionship and the sharing of animals with homebound seniors.
It just makes me feel good that I can make them happy, because I don't have that happiness here.
The thing that I think is most important is that folks realize that the skill sets you've developed over the years are things that many of the smaller nonprofits so desperately need. There are so many different ways you can volunteer.
So these 3 forms on your first visits is very important. That grandparents sign. Our program is for grandparents who are raising their grandchildren.
So the next time we come, we try to have your copy of each one.
I think the thing about this program is that I'm a grandmother myself. I got my grandchildren when they was 5 months old. So all these things that I learned, I knew I had to pass it on to somebody else. We have trained the grandparents in our program so they go out into the community and mentor other grandparents in their homes.
Soap opera is out with me. I don't watch soap opera because this is my soap opera right here.
Right.
I'd rather make sure I do my part and make sure this baby's taken care of. That's right. But then that's what a mama gonna do.
But we're learning. We are getting something out of this program. And not just the fact that we're going to go out and tell somebody else. It's empowering us also, like you said. We have become empowered.
Being engaged with colleagues, believing that they are doing something that others feel is important, is a tremendously enriching and growthful experience for them.
You know, you have that nice warm feeling because you feel like you helped somebody out, and it wasn't asked, it wasn't expected. You did it because you wanted to do it.
If the nation begins to look at older people as an asset, then I think we will have the opportunity to define a new life stage. All of a sudden, communities are seeing very talented, able people giving of their time and energy to really solve problems.
Yeah, now we're getting closer, Glenn.
We'll see you on Wednesday.
And we'll finish putting that puzzle together. All right, my man?
We'll make sure that the viewers, they may be seeing it right now, have a means to access you and get to, that platform that you create for them. I've asked, my representative from my hometown is Gary Peters, and I've asked him, who's the Claude Pepper in Congress? I mean, Claude Pepper was just such a force for this country in establishing so much on behalf of older adults. Who do you see in Congress these days? Are there enough Claude Peppers? Are there any Claude Peppers?
There are no Claude Peppers, and I don't know if there ever will be another Claude Pepper, a person who is such an identified champion. Part of it is, I think, the nature of politics has changed to become much more partisan, and so that makes it difficult. But there really isn't a giant, and I'm not sure there's going to be a giant. I think the future may be thousands of voices rather than the individual giant. It may be not the out front leader, spokesperson, but the behind-the-scenes people that facilitate a new type of voice and engagement by older people.